Hello there and welcome to another episode of Don't Punch Wood. Okay, so today is all about making this place look a little prettier and less like a big white platform in the sky. So first job for the day I think is to dismantle this little crafting area, as it's not crafting, enchanting area, as it's not in an optimum position. As much as it pains me to do this, as I haven't got a Silk Touch axe, so that means the books are all separated from the wood, so I'm going to actually end up having to use quite a bit of wood to actually build them back up again. As you can see, I've only got 42 books. What I should really have is 45 books there. But before I started recording, I'd gone over there to sleep, and whilst I was over there, unbeknownst to me, a creeper spawned behind this, and I tried to kill it, and it blew up a massive hole in this, so I've had to replace that, meaning I've now only got 7 snow left, which is no good. We'll probably need, well, I don't know if we'll necessarily need more snow, because we might actually be removing some of this and adding a bit of a varied texture using the wool and the concrete powder and the quartz blocks and yeah, all those things, just to give it a bit more something more. Yeah, so what I might do is move this infernal bed so I'm not sleeping right out at the edge, causing spawnable areas over here. I haven't lit any of this up at present, mostly because I feel like that's something that I can do as I go along with the build. Yeah, one of my other tasks for the day will be to redo the portal as well. I think my plans are to sort of sink the enchanting station into the cloud around here, and sort of maybe sort of do some steps down into it, and again the portal, maybe bring it out over here, and again sink it into the snow, and use maybe use blocks to sort of build up around the edge of it, perhaps, so that it sort of looks like it's sort of sunken into the cloud. It's not much we can do for this to do that, because I want this to be a fairly clear run all the way around, so I can sort of, when I'm using it, I just want to be able to run around. I might put like a lip around this, but then if we're gonna redecorate this, that might come in there, because I have a tendency when I'm up close to it to do that. I also might change this out and sink this into the ground. Maybe even make that a double chest. Maybe even sort out a little sorting system, and maybe some stairs down in there to retrieve the goods. Yeah. Let's kill this witch. She's annoying me. I thought I'd gotta... No, don't move. Die, witch. There we go. So, yeah. I think what I need to do is gather some more obsidian before I start dismantling this bad boy. Get some more books. Got quite a bit of wood. I probably need more wood than that, I would imagine. Yeah. Okay then, I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so no, I don't want to do that. Just starting to get things into place. going to make this portal a nice 3x3 square because I think it looks a bit nicer than the standard, and I shall fill this in so it's a complete thing. Now that I've put that in place, I can sort of see how big this actually needs to be. As you can see, I've put some lighting in down there, but I think I still haven't fixed this. I think the hole needs to be a bit bigger, with which we're gonna drop this down in. So just expand somewhat. Yes, so that's starting to look alright. Put some snow back in down there. I might drop down just to collect these few bits of snow, as they're quite the premium. Dokie. Pop that back in there. Where can we pillar up? Here we go. Okay. Oh, typical. Bloody typical. Yes. Actual the correct blocks would be incredibly handy. Yeah, so this is all a lot of trial and error. I haven't actually planned a lot of this out yet, so yeah, if we get oh, didn't mean to do that. Go, slabs, that's what we wanted. Maybe we'll go. No. Placing blocks. Okay. Now what I might do, these slightly quartz blocks, we can actually make a sort of pathway with them, just sort of a bit haphazard. Okay. That's what I wanted. Still not. I don't know. Oh. Try and add a bit more texture into build. Yeah. Gonna need to move things. So what I want to try and do is build a sort of randomized sort of pattern on the floor and just intersperse lots of different blocks, just so we can get lots of texture in here. Yeah, I might actually make this portal taller because I think that looks a bit squat. Maybe do it a couple taller. That might do the trick. Just because I want this to look quite grand. Why not? We're in the sky. Okay. I'm going to do a bit more playing about off camera, and I'll do a bit more of a progress update in a minute. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is cover all of this edge here with white wool, because I discovered that even though I've lit up this platform, this bit round here is totally spawnable. And thinking about it, I want to hide my lighting in the floor using like glowstone or torches. So in order to do that, I think it'd be quite difficult to actually hide lighting in these bits. So I think just round the edge, we'll cover it all in carpet and stop it from spawning that way, and I think that'll look alright. Shouldn't look too strange, I hope. Yeah, so I'll be back in a second once I've finished doing that. So now we've got a whole load of random blocks placed in. I'm probably going to tweak this, add a few more, take some out. I think what I'm going to do next is place in some random lighting and cover it with white carpet, and sort of go around. I'll de-torch the whole area and make sure when I look at the light levels that it's suitably lit up, and then yeah, I think I'm quite happy with this little space where we've dug in for our portal. I think that looks quite nice, and I think that's quite a nice height for that sort of width. I think that looks quite good. Maybe we'll build this up slightly. What we want snow. Yeah. Actually gonna pop that. No, that looks ridiculous. There's my slabs. I've lost my slabs. There's my slabs. There we go. Just to add a little depth, maybe we'll do that there. Where's the stair? We'll pop a stair in there, facing around that way. Maybe pop some snow in there just to get a bit more texture. Yeah, and I think that could probably come out of there. Bit of snow there, maybe a carpet. Yeah, just a little bit more built up there. That'll do there. Perhaps carpet in there. Yeah, I think we're getting there, I think. Yeah, so let me light all this up. What I'll probably have to do is this is going to be... Oh no, if I use glowstone, I can just punch a hole in and that'll be fine. Yeah, I'll be back in a second. Okay, so we're just getting to grips with sorting out the enchanting table. I'm just trying to sort of cover it a bit with various different materials. I put a stone slab there, a bit of snow, just to build it up there. Put that up. here. Think bit more snow there, maybe some stairs. Actually I think I might put them round that way, put that there. Okay. Generally trying to add a little bit more texture. Obviously we can't put anything in around there because the books need an unobtrusive zone around it. Oh, now what I do want around here is a chest of some description. Maybe we can hide a chest down here somewhere. That might be a nice space. I'm not that keen on these. I don't think that works as well. Maybe place that there. I think, yeah, maybe let's make a chest. And that's going to be for things like lapis and all that sort of thing, just to, yeah, if we sink that down, I might go underneath there and cover it up so there's not like a gap, so that we can then, yeah, and anvil. I think maybe we'll put an anvil in that space there. What I will need to do is definitely cover up that, so what I'll do is there, grab my anvil so I can put it in place when I'm ready, and yeah, I will jump down here. Well, I can actually jump down the hole. Grab up the white concrete. So yeah, what we want to do is do that there, pop that in there, and just cover that over like that. Oh no. And I'll complete that with a stone slab. So that's all done there. One of the bonuses of lighting up close, that was all nice and lit under here, so maybe I didn't need to worry about doing the stone slab thing, but it's done now, so yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, we've got an anvil down there, and that's down there. That's quite useful. I might, for symmetry's sake, put another anvil in there, but we won't do that at the moment because it's not required, so yeah, let's just see if I pop that in there. Will it give me, yeah, it gives me up to level 30. Good, that's all good. I've not misplaced any of these blocks. Yeah, so that edge feels a bit too flat, but there's not much we can do about that. Yeah, so I've been around and made sure the light is all, it's all light enough. Let's make sure nothing's changed up here. That's all light enough. Excellent. Yeah, so we've just added a few more. Oh, I need to kill some entities. I mean, this is one of the annoying things about this is having the sound of from these what's not here. But the other good thing about this is my levels are nice and high now, which is really good. Yeah. But every now and then I have to go and kill them. We've added sort of little bits of texture in here and there. Nice little mound here. What I need to do is get rid of all this junk here, fill in this hole there. I might leave the ladder there for times when I need to readjust. I think for the moment that's all we need up here, like the enchanting station and the portal. but there's room on here to add other bits and pieces. I think at some point I want to give this a decorate, just to clean it up a bit. And well, I like the idea of turning this into a big tree, but I might actually test that one out a bit more, how to design it. Yeah, I need to get rid of this junk, and I also need to perhaps sort this out, because I've had to put a second chest there. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm just going to have a tidy up, and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, now I've had a little bit of a tidy up around here. Got rid of all the chests. Oh, we didn't get rid of the bed. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, as you can see, this is all well lit up. It all looks rather splendid. We've got our portal area is all done. This weird mound is done. We've got the enchanting area all set up, and I've now made myself, this is all neat, and then we've made myself a little trapdoor down here. I mean, it's not particularly pretty down here, but yeah, the hoppers all lead in together, and then they lead into these chests, so everything will start picking up in here. I've moved all of the drops that we'd got before. They've been moved out. Yeah, and it's all ready to go, and we can fill this up to our heart's content now that we've got a bit more space. Periodically I'll go through and find anything good, or if there's anything that we particularly need. At the moment we've still not got infinity on our bow, so that'll probably mean coming in to get arrows. If ever we do get around to doing some villager trading, I think when I bricked up some villagers right early on, I think a couple of them were clerics, so that'll be good if we want to start trading with the villagers, or even breeding the villagers up. That would be fantastic. Yeah, I think that's about it for today's episode. I think we've got quite a bit of progress done. I'm quite happy with how this has turned out. I still might tweak the shape of the cloud as yet, and like I said before, I might add in new clouds. But yeah, that's this is about it for today's episode, and thank you for watching. And if you've liked it, hit the like button. If you want to see some more, hit subscribe. Yeah, and thanks for watching.